Hey guys, and in today's video I'll be showing you how to create a music bot in Discord using Nextcode. So let's begin. So before we actually start coding, we first need to install a library called Wavelink. Wavelink on itself, which is this one over here, doesn't actually support Nextcode natively. So what we're going to do is actually install a fork that I've made, which basically makes it accessible with Nextcode. So to actually install this fork, all we're going to be doing is go to a terminal, command prompt, whatever you're going to be using. For me it's going to be terminal in VS Code, and then just type in pip install wavelink and code. But as you can already see, I already have it installed, so we can continue. So when you actually have it installed, we're going to import the package. So let's do import wavelink code as wavelink. And now we're going to connect to a server they're going to be using to basically transmit audio, search songs on YouTube and all that jazz. So the first thing we're going to do is create a function. We're going to call it onNode. To first connect to our node, we first need to do node is wavelink.node. It's equals to wavelink.node. And in here, we're going to put the host as URI and then the password afterwards for the host. For this video, I'll be using this host over here. I'll put the details in the description below for you to use. I will also put another link in the description for a list of hosts you can choose. For today's video, I'm going to be using this. And then we actually need to connect to it, because right now we actually said what node we want to connect. So to do that, we're going to do await wavelink.node poll, and then connect. And the first parameter is going to be client. We're going to set that as the bot. And then the second parameter is going to be nodes. And inside those brackets, we're going to put node. And now, just one more thing we've got to do is on your onReady function, just do bot.loop.createTask. And in here, we're going to put on node, and basically when the bot turns on, it is going to loop through this task, so it continuously connects to the server. After we've done this, we can actually start making the commands. So we're going to create a slash command, since that is the new standard on Discord, and we're going to put guild IDs in here, so it doesn't take up to an hour to basically apply the commands. And we're going to call this function play, since it's going to be our play command with two parameters. First one being the interaction parameter, since this is a slash command. And then the search, I'm going to assign this as a string. First, we need to actually convert this search string into a playable object. So to do this into a playable object, we're basically going to do query is equals to wavelink.YouTubeTrack.search. And inside here, the first parameter is going to be the search itself, what the user searches for, and then return first set to true. All of it basically does is returns the first value on the search, which basically is pretty useful. Next thing we're going to do is actually find what channel the user is in. So to do that, we're going to do destination, set that as interaction.user.voice.channel, and now we're going to check if the bot is in a channel or not. So to do that, we're going to do if interaction.guild.voice_client, and we're going to actually put not before it. So if it's not in a voice client, we're going to create a player. So to create a player, we're going to do vc wavelink.player and set that as destination.connect CLS is equals to wavelink.player. So all we'll basically be doing, we're going to be connecting to that voice chat and assigning this player. However, if it's already in a voice chat, we're going to also once again create the player, but this time we're going to assign it as interaction.guild.voice_client. So the current voice chat it is in. Next, we actually need to check if the queue is empty or not, so we can actually play songs or add songs to the queue. So to do this, we do if vc.queue is empty and not vc.isPlaying. Basically, if nothing is playing, we're going to do vc.play, and then we're going to play the song, which is the query over here. However, if the queue is not empty and there is something being played, we're going to do vc.queue.put wait, and then query down here. So basically puts on the queue and waits for this song to finish. And let's also add the messages as well. And before we actually continue, we also have to put await before it connects to a channel, and await before it searches for a song, and then where it says VC play, we also put await down here. I have to do it now because I always forget to do it later on, and then it basically gives me out a big fat error. So now, if you basically run this command, the bot should basically play the song instantly if the queue is empty, but if it's not empty, it will add it to the queue. Next command we're going to do is basically the skip command, so let's just quickly copy and paste these, and basically rename this to skip, remove this extra parameter since we only need one, and a skip command is very basic. We're just going to copy and paste our player thing again, because right now we are assuming that the bot is in a voice chat already, and if it is in a voice chat, we're basically going to do await vc.stop, and let's also send a message saying the song was skipped. Let's do that. Song was skipped. However, as you can really know, we're actually stopping the song, we're not actually skipping it. So to actually make it skip, there's an inbuilt function on the library. So if we go to our onReady, actually not on node, we can do wavelink.player autoplay and set that to true. Basically what this will do, it basically autoplays the next song in the queue. Next command I'm going to be doing is the pause and resume command. So let's once again just copy and paste these, rename it a bit. And this once again is going to be a very basic command. We're going to basically first declare the player. And after that we're going to do our check saying if vc.is playing, then we're going to do await vc.pause. However, if it's not playing, we're going to basically send a message saying the song is already paused. And then we can actually copy and paste this command once again, since the resume command is basically practically the same. All we're going to be actually doing is just flipping it around. So where it says if it's playing, we're going to say song is already resumed. And then if it actually is paused, we're going to do await vc.resume. And then rename this song is resumed. Next command is going to be the disconnect command to disconnect the bot from the channel. So once again, we're going to copy and paste majority of this. And then what we'll really do is await vc.disconnect. And then we can just copy and paste the message once again saying the bot has been disconnected. Then another command I'm going to be actually showing you is basically to show you the list of songs there is in the queue. To do this, it's a bit harder. So once again, let's just declare our player once again. But this time we're actually going to check if the queue is not empty. So if we do if not vc.queue is empty, then we're going to do a for loop. So before we do a for loop, we need some variables. The first variable is going to be the song counter, and set that to 0. And then we will need to declare an array, so let's do that. Set that to songs. Then we actually need to get the queue and copy it. So let's do queue is equals to vc.queue copy. And then lastly, let's just create an embed. Let's do embed is equals to nextguard.embed, and this is going to have a title of queue. So now let's do for song in queue. We're going to increment the song counter by 1, and then append our array for it to basically have the song. And then we're going to create a field on our embed every time it loops to basically show the order of the song, just the song counter. The duration of the song in seconds, we can actually do it also in minutes, and then the title of the song, and then in the end we're just going to do await interaction.response.sendMessage, and then we're going to send the embed, so let's do that. However, if the queue is empty, let me just copy this once again, and then just tell the user the queue is empty. The queue is empty. So now we actually have a very basic bot that we just made, which has a pause, resume, disconnect command, the queue command, and it can play and skip songs. So now if we just run the bot, hopefully it runs without an error. Just wait for it to launch. There we go. And now if we go and join our channel, and then let's just type in, I don't know, play Gorillaz. The bot should join the channel. There we go. Now playing Gorillaz, and the bot is now playing music. Now if we add another song, let's say Eminem. Song was added to the queue. And just make the bot real quick. And then if we do queue, it should give us the queue of the songs. There we go. Queue duration 29,000 seconds. Eminem Without Me. And now if we do skip, it should skip the song. There we go. The song has been skipped. And if we do queue, it should say the queue is empty. There we go. We can also pause the bot. We can also resume it, and if we wanted to, we can also disconnect it. Even though I already see a little error, so let me just go check. Right guys, so where it actually said if it's playing, we'll actually change it to if not vc is paused. So if it's not paused, we're going to give this message, and then if it is paused, we can resume the song. Because I think that's what caused the error. So now if we basically reload the bot, go back into our Discord channel and do them, now put pause. You can see the bot is paused, and if you do resume, it should now resume the bot. There we go. So we basically fixed the problem. Now we can disconnect it, and the bot gets disconnected. But other than that, that's how you basically create a very basic Discord music bot using Wavelink. Hope you really enjoyed this video. I will basically share the code in the description below, and the link to the documentation if you want to check it out and make more advanced stuff. Because right now this is a very basic example. But other than that, I hope you have a great day, and see you next time. Bye bye.